testing to see if I can get out on this straight DC setup there. I'm running an inverter off of, just an inverter off of another battery, driving another battery. I want to see how long I can key up on this on there, Roger.
Oh yeah, well it's working. It's pretty quiet out there. I just now came on frequency. I was getting ready to turn the radio off, but I heard you out there, so I figured I'd key up. But now I don't have no signal on hardly anybody out there. Actually, I'm only hearing a few little whispers out there at the moment. Except you, I got you about maybe about S3. Good copy though, but yeah, a little straight DC setup's working over here around stateside QSL.
Wow, Roger. Let me guess. I can only put that audio into one classification. That's got to be number 6 out there around San Francisco, because you're the only guy that I can probably clarify left to right about a quarter turn and hear you all the way around. So, all right, well, I appreciate it, man. I'm just rocking this Magnum Delta Force, and I'm doing is I got an inverter, driving another battery through another power supply, and I just want to see if what this baby can do there. So we're off the grid right about now there, Roger.
Yeah, well, it's working. Sounding like I said, sounding good over here on the Delta Force. But yeah, you're right. I just like I said, I was just getting ready to turn this thing off. But yeah, I knew that was you out there, so that's why I keyed up. But yeah, that's kind of I was kind of thinking about that when you said you could turn the clarifier about a quarter turn and still hear this thing. I was trying to picture that. I don't know if I've ever seen that on my receiver on this side. I don't know if I've ever. I got to try that with some of these stations that got a little bit of wider transit. I got to see if I can try that out and see how that works on my receiver. QSL.
Back there, yeah, it's just, like I said, just running a straight DC, off the grid setup right now. Just same setup. I've got the Antron 99 about 18 feet out, and just got this Magnum Delta Force driving into about a century of whiskeys there, and yeah, I just wanted to I didn't expect any DX tonight, so we just fired up, and I was gonna talk some neighbor talking to 5936 if he was gonna be out there, and I wanted to see how long I could talk on this straight DC. Well, actually, it's an AC to DC setup, so just wanted to see how long I could, what kind of playtime I could get out of this. There, Roger?
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, well, it depends on how much, how much reserve you got in the batteries. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got a setup like that I can use, but I don't use it too often, but I do got a DC. Matter of fact, I can even run this radio right here on DC. Just swap the power cord on it. Coming out of the power supply comes out of the back of the chassis, and then with a cable it runs into the rest of the radio. So you can unplug it right there and plug in a DC cord there too. But it's good to have. Someday you might need it. You might have to. You might have the need to go, like you said, off the grid, or something ever happens, or something crazy like that. You can always get to it. But one thing I was thinking about doing over here was digging me up a little solar panel, real small, and just enough to keep it, just to keep the batteries topped off in case I ever do need them. But yeah, I got a couple, some big yellow top Optimas that I had pulled out of the out of the Mobile. It's a pair of Group 31, so they're pretty beefy. But one of them got a little bit weak, and I was starting to see it in the way that big diesel was starting in the morning when it was real cold. But so I pulled them out of the Mobile. But they should be good enough to run a few radios on if I ever need to. There, QSL.
Yeah, QSL. And that's basically what we got set up over here, like you said, you know. So it's just it's a AC, I mean, it's a DC to AC converter, and then it's basically, like you said, triple charging another. I'll probably drive that thing straight into whatever I need to run. But, it was easier just to move, basically. All I did was just move the 110 plug from my power supply from the wall right into my inverter. So, I mean, rather than going through too many steps out there, I just kind of wanted to be a little simplified, you know. So that's what we ended up. And, so that's basically what it kind of mounted up to was just put the 110 in the wall and to the inverter. So basically
Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, well, it's working. Well, you know, at least talks halfway across the ocean. I guess that's probably almost a quarter of the way around the world, so at least it'll make it over here. But yeah, well, that'll work. Yeah, a little you know, and I got a little inverter around here too. I'm not doing nothing with. That's another way too. I could use that to keep the batteries topped off. That's kind of like how we do them on our. We got some generators at work, and they run on shore power through they got like a little trickle charger kind of to keep the batteries topped off, and then if it ever drops, you know, the line power, it'll switch over to the you know, goes to the transfer switch and starts the fires the generator. But the way they do the batteries is real similar. It's sitting on AC coming in until the need ever comes for it to fire off, and you know, drops the AC out, then goes straight off the batteries. But that'll work. Well, I'll let you go. 080, and let you see if those locals, I forgot who it was you mentioned them, but see if they're around the band. But I'll be around maybe just for about 5 minutes, so. But like I said, I just came up here and was just getting ready to turn this thing off. I got have a real long week, so I'm not going to be out here all night like I always do. I think I'm going to turn in real quick. So, anyways, I'm going to say 73s, World Radio 080, World Radio 06, standing by. You know, I was thinking when you said conditions were dropping out, probably for the last 5 minutes, I haven't had no signal on you at all, and now it's starting to. And the good thing is I don't have no static over here right now, because if I did, I for sure wouldn't be able to hear you. But yeah, for about the last 3 or 4 or 5 keys, but about 5 minutes in time, I haven't had no signal on you at all. So, but it's still working though. Anyways, I'm gonna get over here and do what I got to do real quick, and then turn this stuff off here in a minute. So I'll be catching you out there sometime later on down the coax. 080 06 is 10-7.